Oh, the shame. Ha! The regret. That is the face of dismay. Boys, let me tell you something. Let's just have a bit of a pause there. I mean, what girls really like is desperation. I mean, if you want to win a girl back, they really like a whole lot of desperation, clinginess, neediness, that kind of really good stuff that shows self control and confidence and everything. Yes, let's see. Carry on, you, you weak minded human being. My goodness. I think I must get that mole looked at. That mole is looking a little bit bigger than normal. Mole, mole. I don't know what I'm saying there, but it's pathetic. That's an ugly shaped head. It is, I know. It's an ugly shaped head. Ugly shaped head. That's what he's saying.
So now let's talk about what can you do as an individual with anxiety. Um, Assuming the fact that you don't have any support in terms of medical support or psychological support, and you need some tools to cope on your own, or you have a full support system around you in terms of anxiety, including family and friends, a good doctor, he's put you on the right prescription, you're going to therapy. It's still a really good idea to use active coping mechanisms and strategies every day to make sure that you keep your anxiety under control. I'm only going to tell you about the tools that I've used effectively and that we teach. And really, the first one is always know your enemy. You must always know as much about what is ailing you as you can. You've got to sort of lean into the pain, and you've got to look at it and find out exactly what it is, how it works. Go through the research, understand that anxiety thoroughly. All right, because once you understand it thoroughly, it becomes just that little bit less scary. You know what's happening in your body. You know why you're feeling the way you're feeling. It's, for example, a lot of times when people are exposed to their first life-threatening event, okay, that fight or flight response itself is so overwhelming that it causes almost shock. Okay, you feel totally out of control. And now, if you haven't experienced that before in a training environment or in other environments, it can be so terrifying that you get a freeze response to the actual event or the trauma. Um, that's the first one. The second one that I really used effectively is very simple tools that can immediately connect you with your parasympathetic nervous system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is your rest and digest nervous system. It's the one that's going to slow you down and calm you down. And what you have to try to do is learn to consciously, using your body, okay, your sensations, your body. Come, boy, come on, come on. Hello, hello, handsome. Hello, handsome. Troikus. Another way you can treat anxiety is get a pit bull. Get a pit bull that's very cute and wags his tail a lot. I mean, his tail's cost me probably about 20,000 Rand already. You can't leave anything on a dog high table, okay? Because it goes. He's broken vases, he's broken glasses. Hello, hello, so happy. He's so happy. Yes. Very good for anxiety. Very, very much likes to cuddle. If you're an intruder, not so good for anxiety. But me, very good. Another way of effectively treating anxiety is using breathing, and especially using breathing to create a connection to your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve is a nerve that sort of connects all parts of your body together and ties in your sympathetic nervous system to your parasympathetic nervous system. I hope I explained that right. Breathing is a very effective way. I like to use a box breathing technique, which is a very simple rhythmic breathing technique that kind of immediately puts you into a very calm and focused place and allows you to not focus so much on the anxiety. Some people don't like the box breathing technique because the deep breathing and holding causes a little bit of anxiety as well. When you hold your breath, you feel like you can't breathe. That's been my feedback. But then there are many other breathing techniques you can use. Very simply, and this is, again is what works for me, is when you are doing a breathing technique, just try to use the breathing as your main focus, okay? And everything else that's happening to you in the present. In other words, any sensations you're feeling in your body, the sensation of the actual breathing as you breathe in, feeling the sensation of the air rushing through your nostrils, breathing in through your nose, going all the way down into your lungs. Then feel your lungs expanding. Put your hands on the side of your ribs and feel your lungs expand as you breathe in. Okay, feel the weight or the pressure of your bottom on the floor, on the seat that you're sitting in. Feel the sensation on your feet. Try to completely ground yourself in the present moment and that actual experience of breathing. That's a very effective way of also taking your mind off anything else and just bringing yourself back to the present whenever your mind wanders during that breathing process. You can also call that meditation, but it's breathing and meditation, for me, they always go hand in hand. Very simple other tools for parasympathetic nervous system stimulation, or as they say, increasing the tone of your vagal nerve, are eye softening. So another one, eye softening is basically, rather than having a severe sort of focus with your eyes, soften them and go into a more peripheral vision mode. In other words, have no actual focus. So try to move your gaze outside into the periphery rather than focus on anything specific in front of you. That has been proved to be effective. Grab some ice. Put your hand in the fridge, grab some ice, hold the ice in your hand. Holding that ice in your hand, immediately it kind of brings you back to your body, to the present, and it also activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Very nice way to distract you. Very effective for me was also taking cold water and just splashing my face. And then my other favorite was grounding techniques. So grounding techniques are techniques that you use to almost create like a mental distraction. So one of them is like an identifuck. Sorry. So grounding is another effective way of dealing with your anxiety. Grounding is a way of just bringing you back into the direct environment and engaging with your environment in a thoughtful, active way. So instead of having your mind on your feelings of discomfort or worry, you literally give your mind an exercise to do. The two exercises that I liked the most was either counting or identifying and counting, and then categorizing. So identifying and counting is like you say, how many suspects or potential suspects can you see in the area? And then I'd count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Always I'd exaggerate who could be a suspect because anyone can be a suspect. And then I would also I'd look at, my favorite was actually reading registration numbers out. So I'd look at car registration numbers and I'd read them out loud. And then categorizing, you can say, well, how many red cars, how many white cars, how many seats are in the room, how many windows in the house, how many doors on the cupboard. And you say, and you categorize things in terms of numbers. Troy, could you stop licking the couch? Stop licking the couch. Stop. Why are you licking the couch? Look at that face. My goodness. Exercise. So exercise is literally, it's been proved, exercise is equally as effective as SSRIs in the treatment of depression. Exercise is also effective for anxiety. Most people that exercise regularly have a 20% reduction in their levels of anxiety or the frequency of their anxiety symptoms. So exercise is always a great way to treat, I think, depression or anxiety. And also for me, what was nice about exercise is it mimics the feelings of anxiety. It kind of gets you to understand them better and it desensitizes you to them when they occur. When I say them, I mean the symptoms or the experience of anxiety itself.